Some rotations. And that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. Happy stretching, and don't forget to breathe.
There's no price like the ShopRite price, which means you'll get low prices on everything you need. Like 900 grams Harvest Time frozen mixed vegetables, only $22.99. And two 2-kilo bags of Sunlight hand washing powder, both for $74. The ShopRite price, the price you can trust, always.
Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Janice Abrams, and welcome, my friend. The theme for today is houses. But before we continue with the lesson, let's first practice our social distancing and sanitizing of hands. Between the fingers. Good. Lesson 5. Addition, sequencing, word search, problem solving, and coloring. Let's go over to page 24. How many pets? Meg has 3 cats. Tom has 3 dogs. How many pets are there in all? Draw a picture of the pets. Now, learners, as you can see on that page, there is one big square there. It's an empty square. Can you see it? So, in that big empty square, you have to draw 3 cats and you draw 3 dogs. I'm going to repeat myself again. On that page, there is a big empty square. You have to draw the following: 3 cats and 3 dogs. After you have done drawing the pets, now can you see that small little square there at the bottom? Do you see it? Good. In that square, you must write the amount of how many cats and how many dogs there are. So you say 3 plus 3 equals to, okay, and that amount you must write in that small square there underneath. Good. Let's continue. At the bottom of the big square, you will see that there is a number line. Do you see the number line from 0 up to 10? Yes. Now let's continue. Under the number line, there is 2 boxes or 2 squares. What must you do in that boxes? Let's quickly have a look. Write the equation in the first square or in the first block. What is an equation? That means, equation means you have to write 2 numbers or values and then you must add it up. So in that first box, can you see there's a line plus a line equals a line. So what must you do? You must write in, remember in the big box you wrote or you drew or draw 3 cats and you also drawn 3 dogs. So what must you write now in that small box there? Like they said, write the equation. On the first line, how many cats are there? 3 cats, so you must write on the line the number 3. Plus, how many dogs do you see in the big square or in the big box? 3 dogs, so write in the number on that line, 3. So 3 plus 3 equals, write in the correct answer on top of the lines. Let's go to the next box or to the next square. Write the answer. Now the answer that you have written in the first small box there under, that amount or that answer you must now fill in the next box. Boys and girls, I hope that you understand. Let's continue with the next page. Page 25. Sequencing. What is sequencing? Sequencing is numbers or things that is placed from the biggest to the smallest or from the smallest to the biggest. So let's see. Cut and paste the pictures in order. So what must you do? We must cut the apples. The apples are in boxes or in blocks. We must cut out the apples and then we must paste that apples at the back of the numbers. The numbers are 1, 2, and 3. As we can see, the sequence of the numbers is from the smallest to the biggest number. What is the smallest number? 1. What is the biggest number? 3. So now we have to do the same with the apples. We have to cut out the apples and paste it at the back in the correct sequence. Paste it at the back of the numbers. So we have an apple that is already, it's already eaten. Then the second apple is still a whole apple. And then the third apple, there's only like 1 bite in that apple. So when we sequence this apple, how will we do it? when we take the apple out of the fridge, how will it look like? Will it be a whole apple or will it be an apple that is finished? It will be a whole apple when we take it out of the fridge. So, the whole apple you will paste at the back of number 1. The second apple, which is bitten only once, you will paste that second apple at the back of number 2. And the apple that is finished, that apple you will paste at the back of number 3. So after doing this, you have sequenced your apple from a whole apple to an apple that is finished. Let's go over to page 27. 27, it says word search. Word search means you have to look, you have to search for a specific word in that blocks that they give there. Can you find these words? Now let's look at that small little blocks under there. We have to find the following words in that blocks there on top. The first word is window, roof, door, wall, kitchen, bedroom, room, floor, house, and the last word, cat. Now that words, you must search. You must search for that words there on top. Do you understand, boys and girls? Good. Around the house, cut and paste the objects in the correct room in the house. Now, do you see the house there? Do you see the house? Yes. Do you see the furniture next to the house? Yes. So we must cut out the furniture and then we must paste the furniture where it belongs in the house. So let's look at the first part, the bedroom. The bedroom. Will we paste the sofa in the bedroom? No. Will we paste the toilet in the bedroom? No. Will we paste the bed in the bedroom? Yes. So we will paste the bed where the bedroom is, and that is what you have to do on that part. Let's go over to the next page. Page 29. Problem solving. We have to solve a problem. Write the number sentence and solve the problem. We have to write the values and the answers, or we have to write the numbers and the answers. So we have to solve the problems. There are 6 blocks of pictures. Let's go to the first block. What do you see there? I see a girl and a boy. Now let's read there on top. 4 girls sat at their desks. 3 boys sat at their desks. How many children? Now you will see there's a line, there's a plus, there's a line, there's an equal sign, and there's a line again. So you must write the numbers that they give you you must write the numbers on the lines below. On the first line, there are 4 girls. So what must you write on the first line? Number 4. What must you write after the plus sign? There are 3 boys that sat at their desks. So what must you write on that line? Number 3. Then you get the equal sign. So 4 plus 3 equals to, how much is the answer? What is the answer? The answer is 7. So you will write the answer on the line. Let's look at the pencils. There are 6 pencils. Add 2. How many pencils? Now, on the first line, we will write, how many pencils are there? 6. So on the first line, we will write the number 6. After the plus sign, we added 2 pencils. So what is the number that you must write on that line? Number 2. So 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. So my answer will be 8. So you have to do the apple, the ruler, the 2 apples, and the starfish. See if you will be able to solve that problems. Good. Let's go over to our next page. Page 30. Color the house. Remember, we are busy with the theme house or houses. So what must you do on this page 30? You have to color the whole picture. Very, very good. And you must color it in colorful and in one direction and neatly. That is what you have to do on page 30. We come to the end of our lesson. But before we call on Zashi, what must we remember, boys and girls? Social distancing, sanitizing of our hands and between the fingers. And now we call on our friend Zashi. Where are you? Bye.
Hi everyone. You can't hug your friends anymore, but you can still give yourself some love, or you can practice how to blow hugs. Yeah, 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 yeah. And until next time, bye.
Namibia is known for its beautiful wide open landscapes. However, these deserted spaces also pose numerous educational challenges in our country's rural areas. Because of this, many learners are denied access to proper teaching and learning. At EduVision, we believe that education is the starting point to a journey of endless possibilities.
Soon and very soon, we are going to see e-learning. Soon and very soon, we are going to...
The plan for EduVision was to identify areas in Namibia that do not have the proper learning resources, a working school or an education center.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see e-learning. No more.
My name is Philip Smith. I'm the principal of Educate Academy in Otjiwarongo. The project EduVision, the e-learning program, started in 2017. With a project like this, obviously telecommunication, internet connection is a major thing that needs to be sorted out, a logistical challenge. And the fact that we chose Chunkwe Secondary School as the first school didn't make it easier for ourselves. It's very far from Otjiwarongo, it's far from Buntuk. So the internet connection was a big challenge first of all. So with the help of the telecommunications expert Paratus, they made this dream come true with internet connections via Buntuk, Otjiwarongo to Chunkwe and then back, the whole process. Like I said, it's interactive whiteboard, so the internet speed, capacity of the connectivity and so forth plays a major role. And so Paratus made this dream come true, and they were on board from the first moment. So we're grateful for Paratus.
The project offers teaching assistance of a high standard in science to rural secondary schools within the learner's own community by means of e-learning. This entails the following: live transmissions of lessons from an equipped teacher in a different location to the students in rural areas, students using their own cell phone, tablet or computer to recall each lesson, and interactive lessons as well as the use of a smartboard as a teaching aid.
So if you look ahead at the next 3 years, we get information from the Ministry of Education. The future is very bright. So I think there's a lot of schools who can benefit from this program. Like I mentioned before, finances obviously plays a major role in a project like this. So we're very thankful for all the sponsors that are on board and still on board after almost 3 years of the project. So as long as people from the private sector can get involved, I think we can reach many schools in Namibia, because this project made a good start now. We're already seeing some positive results, and we can just call on all the private sector corporate sponsors to come on board and join in this very, very positive project.
It is EduVision's goal to prepare and guide learners in order to make the modern world they are living in accessible to all.
My name is Magdalena Neoma. I'm 18 years old and I'm doing my first year at UNAM Command campus, and I completed my grade 12 at Tsungwe Senior Secondary School. I'm doing education, so I'm gonna teach at Tsungwe Secondary School, because there I really need to go there and motivate the learners. EduVision helped me a lot. It assisted us in teaching for mathematics, physical science, and biology. And it also we get to exchange learning from other schools like Educate, whereby they teach us, and that's the most thing that we benefited from. Studying without Eduvision was so challenging, and when Eduvision was introduced at our school, things become more easier. The time where Eduvision was not introduced, we were so slow in learning, and when Eduvision introduced at our school, my learning speed increases. Things were kind of boring, and when Eduvision came, my mind changed the way I think. I'm really grateful for what Eduvision gave us. Our class of 2019 was the first group to make it, to perform very well at Tsonkwe Senior Secondary School. So it should keep up the spirit. We need that. It should continue to support us.
Eduvision aspires to ensure that equal opportunity is offered to every learner in rural areas to tap into his or her own potential while working in an environment which views disadvantages not as obstacles but as unique attributes that can be regarded as powerful assets when given the proper opportunity. At Eduvision, we believe that dreams are the foundation of knowledge, and hope always triumphs over experience.
No more problems. Everything is proper.
Eduvision, thank you.
In a corner of southern Africa lies a vast and sparse land, where endless horizons, dramatic scenery, and untouched wilderness abound. (1,500 kilometers of harsh desert coastline, a mosaic of biodiversity, sub-Saharan savanna, acacia bushland, encased by 2 deserts. Home to wildlife and wilderness abundant, yet ever at risk. This is Namibia, home to some of the most noteworthy conservation success stories across the globe. Initiatives forged, manned, and driven by passionate individuals and groups.
People are busy there walking for more than 45 kilometers a day.
Special species and wild locations under constant threat from an increasingly destructive developing world.
One of the world's true survivors.
This is the story of the Namibian wilderness, the stories of the enigmatic wildlife and natural wonders of her realm.
They are not a threat to anyone, if you understand them.
This is the story of those determined to preserve it, and thereby themselves.
Don't think I want to tell my children one day that we had rhinos in Namibia. I want to show them live rhinos.
This is the story of the last